Okay, guys. So in the last session, what we have completed? We just completed our basic fundamental, like this is for in English batch. For SPF, we completed. Into net introduction is also done, right? So again, we are going to for the net introduction. It will take 5 minutes. Then we'll do that practical. Okay. So just a minute. 45. This is our topology. The same thing will count.
Share the screen.
Screen is not shared.
Yeah, not share.
Is it fine now?
Yes. It's fine.
Okay, so today we'll discuss about the net introduction and we'll do the practice. Okay. So before that, what is the net and why it is a requirement? The requirement of network address translation. So let's suppose you are having one private IP. Okay. Let's suppose this is your internet connected with the firewall, and connected with the switch. And under the switch, we have a multiple users with, let's suppose, 10.0.0.0 network. Okay. Here we have a 1.1.1.1. This is a public IP. Okay. There is no possible that private IP can reach to the internet without public IP. Okay. Public IP can only reach the public network like Google, Facebook, any website. But by default, private IP cannot communicate with the public network. Even public network cannot directly ping to the private IP. Okay. To prevent this barrier, we're using net. Okay. Net is behaving here as a mediator to establish the communication with the within a private and the public network. Okay. Clear? So net, there is
Yes.
public IP and a private IP we are having. Okay. Public IP address are those address which are easily accessible via internet and they are unique in the world. As we know that public IP need to purchase, right? Correct. And the private IP we don't need to purchase. So private IP, as we are using inside the network. Okay, this is a private IP. This is connected with the firewall, and this is connected with the internet. So in this case, 10.0.0.0 network, private IP will be communicate within a network, within a private network, but it cannot reach to the public network the same way, right? Okay. So why net required? Just now I told you, like private IP, this netting is required to become an mediator within a private and public network to establish the communication with them, right? So types of net: static net, dynamic net, paired, and static paired or destination net, we can say. So now, if you talk about the static net, if you talk about the Palo Alto, if you talk about the ASA, if you talk about the FortiGate, static net support by this, ASA support by this, FortiGate support by this. Dynamic net support by Palo Alto, ASA, but not by the FortiGate. Port address translation support by all. Okay. Static net, static paired or destination support by all. Okay. So static net means one private IP. Let's suppose one private IP is there. PC is connected with the 192.168.1.2. This is a private IP connected with the switch to the firewall to the internet. Okay. So this private IP will be go via 1.1.1.1. This IP it will go, right? So this is the way how this. But if suppose we have a one more private user 192.168.1.3, then this private IP cannot use this IP because this is already occupied. This 1.1 is already occupied with the 1.2. Okay, so only 1.2 can reach to the public network, not by 1.3. Okay, so this is a one-to-one, means one private IP is permanently mapped with one private IP. One private IP is permanently mapped with the public IP. Okay, so dynamic net. In dynamic net, multiple private IP. Okay, multiple private IPs can firewall, internet. One multiple private IP can reach by using some IP pool, or we can say dynamic net will be use a single one also 1.1.1.1, and all this will be used by this one and it will go via this. Okay, is in dynamic net we map multiple IP with the single or some public IPs. Okay, single IP or some public IP means 1.1.1 1.1.1.10. This is our, let's suppose this is our public IP range pool, we can say public IP pool. So this private IP will use 1.1 or 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 or 10, anything they can use to go out. Okay, pet address transition, the same scenario. PC connected with the private IP switch firewall. This is a firewall, and the firewall is connected with the internet. Again, private IP using in the LAN side. Again, public IP using the WAN side. Okay. So here, but if you're using 1.1.1.1 is a public IP, and you're using this private IP, all the single public IP by using this 1.1 only, 65,535 users can communicate by using a single this one. So how it will work? Let's suppose 192.168.1.1 is our private network. It will map with the 1.1.1.1. Okay, with some port number like 40 port number, 80 port number, 90, any kind of port number it will choose and it will send to the outside. Okay, that is our port address transition. Static is also a one to one only. Okay, and static is a unidirectional. Okay, so now come to that our topology. Before that, I'm just going to remove all these things. Okay, whatever the configuration was there in existing, I remove this. Okay, and we'll do the basic configuration on this. Okay, for that, more action, start all nodes and let it be close this. This is done now. Discard and the close. Okay. So now we have some, network address translation. So I'm just copying this and doing that. Okay. For R1, we will use what we are using here. This side, this is our lane side. Okay. Inside, we are using our IP inside to advertise this network. This side, we are using a default route or static route, we can say. This is our public network, so we cannot advertise the public network with our directly network. Okay, this is a different network, this is a different network. So public network, ISP network, we never advertise with our private. Okay, so first go with the R1. Remember, these are also routers only. Okay, I just changed the topology symbol. So this is our R1, R1. Configuration done. Here, basic configuration, interface IP assigned, then the RIP, router RIP, version 2, no auto summary, and network. Whatever the network is available in this router 1, 0.0.0 means whatever the network is available, it should be advertised by a RIP version 2. Okay, this is the meaning of that command. Then we'll go to the telnet SSH. Okay, that is our R2. For R2, let me take a, no, for R2, we just need to do default routing towards firewall 0.0, right? So here in R2, check the interface. First is 0 by 1, not this one. Here we'll do that. Okay. Yeah. So here in R2, we'll do the same thing. Then R3. R3 is the internet. R2. What is this? Enable configuration terminal. No IP domain lookup internet F0 by 1. Okay, leave it. Let me do this F0 by 0. R2. paste it here. Done. In R3, we have a R3 with this basic configuration. I'm just doing the copy paste because you know how to do this, right? R3. Then we have a R4 as well, right? And we have R4. So here in R3, remember we cannot do default routing in this because this is our internet and we do not have rights to do this. Enable. This is the complete command. Then R4 also. In R4 also we are doing the same thing. Then okay. So now firewall. Into this firewall, we need to change the name. Firewall. So admin, admin, and admin. Config system interface. Edit port number. What is the port number? I just need to assign IP. Edit port number 2. Set mode state. Set IP 192.168.1.2/24. Set allow access which service ping HTTPS, HTTP, telnet, SSH. Every service I allowed. Next, edit port number 3. Set mode static. Set IP 192.168.10.1/24. Set allow access ping HTTPS, HTTP, telnet, SSH. Next, which interface? Port number 4. Edit port number 4. Port number 4. Set mode static. Set IP 192.168, not 192.101.1.100/24, and set allow access ping telnet HTTPS, HTTP, SSH, everything SSH. And the next, edit port number 6 or 5. Set mode static. Set mode static. Set IP 192.168.20.1/24. Set allow access ping HTTPS, HTTP, telnet, SSH. Okay. So now done. So system interface, check the question mark. 143 is our accessible. 192, 143 is to access the firewall. Okay. Admin. Wazifa is all clear. What we are doing?
Yeah, so far clear.
Great. So this is our network. Okay. And under this network, we have interfaces. Under this interface, we have it is little bit slow. Port number 1 is a DSCP, so we just need to use as a static first. Okay. Yeah, make it as a manual. Okay. Rest are fine. Okay. Rest of interface, ping HTTP, all the services has been allowed here. Okay. Now ping from the now do that static routes towards internet. Towards internet means 1, right? 101.1.1 network. 101.1.1.101.1.1.1. Okay. Port number 4 by using a port number 4. Then go to the RIP configuration. How many networks we are having? 1, 2, and 3 directly network connected. This is the public network. We cannot advertise under the our RIP. Okay. So first, what is the network? 192.168.1.0/24. After that, we have a 2010.0/24. After that, we have a 20.0/24. Okay. Now go to the advanced. After advanced, go to the static. I will apply this. Why apply? Because default routes I'm just allowing under the RIP. Okay. Okay, fine. Now check that routing table. So check get router info routing table all. Routing table all. How many networks? These networks are done right. Check again. Check again. First check the reachability from firewall to that our other networks. Okay. So from firewall directly connected, execute ping 192.168.1.1. Here no reachability. We'll check to R1. Okay. R2 192.168.1.2. That is fine. IP is here, right? Check in the R1. So IP interface brief. So 192.168.1.1 is connected with the 0 by 0. 192.168.1.1 is connected with the 0 and protocol is up. Okay. And so IP route. So IP route. If you check here, 172 range is there, 192.168. These all are there, right? So at least if it is not able to ping, then we can try 192.168.1.2. Okay, something wrong from the firewall side. Go to there and check the interface. Apply this and go to the network and check the interface. Under this interface, we need to check port number 2. Which IP? 192.168. This is the wrong IP, right? 192.168.1.2. Correct. Other IP, other IP, other IPs are fine. Correct. So now firewall can ping to this one, and routing table will also be there. Okay. If you check the routing table, get router info, routing table all. Okay. So now still that 172 series is not advertised by the router. Wait for the 30 seconds. Now it is coming right in the firewall. So now firewall can reach to AC. So the now firewall can reach to that execute ping to everywhere. Okay. Execute ping 192.168.1.1 reachable 192.168.101.101.2 reachable 101.2. Okay, 101.2 default route. I have not configured this this one, right? This is also router. I need to configure this first. Okay, so no. Okay, so now enable configuration terminal interface fastest net 0 by 0 IP address 192 IP address 192.168.101.2 255.255.255.0 and no shutdown. Okay. Later we do need to do default routing towards their gateway. So exit IP route 0.0.0.0.0 and 0.0.0.0.0 192.168.101.1. Okay. So fine. Now firewall can reach also. Okay. Wait a minute. Yeah, now it is reaching. After that 172 network execute ping 172.10.1.1. Control Shift 6 to stop this. Control C. Wrong IP 10.1.1. So this firewall is able to reach here, here, and here. Now we'll check to 10.100. Execute ping 192.168.10.100. So 10.100 not reachable. Let me check R2. Enable configuration terminal interface fast Ethernet. Do so IP interface brief. Do so interface brief. So if you check, it is available in the 0 by 0. Now we are interface is a 0 by 1. Okay. So config terminal interface fast Ethernet 0 by 0 IP address. No IP add 192.168.10.100 255.255.255.0, and we'll do this as a 0 by 1, and IP will assign the same IP into the another interface that is a 0 by 1. Okay, now done. Now if you check LAN inside, okay, so now if you check from the firewall, execute ping 10.100, it should reach, right? R2 to okay, configuration terminal interface first net 0 by 1, no shutdown. Okay, so now it will reach because there was not, now it is reaching also. Okay, so now firewall can reach to here as well, and if you check outside also it will reach because firewall is directly connected with the internet. Execute ping 101.1.1.1 ping 101.1.1.1, right? Reaching 102.1.1, 102.1.1.1, reaching. Okay, so everywhere our this device is able to reach. Okay, firewall. But no, what about this one? R1 cannot reach the internet, right? Before that, I need to assign some IP. This is our internet IP. I need to assign here. So go to the our R3. R3 is nothing but this is a ISP. Okay, internet ISP. Okay. Now we need to assign one IP. Enable configuration terminal interface for internet interface loop loopback 1 IP address 1.1.1.1 and 255.255.255.0. Okay. Now hit from R1 to ping 1.1.1.1. Look, R1 is not able to reach the internet, but at the same time, if you check in the firewall get router info routing table all get router info routing table all. So if you check 1.1 is also not available in the FortiGate, but FortiGate is still able to reach. Okay, execute ping 1.1.1.1. Okay, 1.1.1. So FortiGate is able to reach, but not others. No one can reach now except this FortiGate. No one can reach to the this side. Okay, to the internet. For that, what? Okay, now as per your company rules, now you're getting a email from your manager, and they're asking you that Hozipa, that you need to allow one particular person, okay, to reach the internet by mapping a public IP address. So which is the user? So who is the user? 192.168.1.1 is a user. Just a minute. Yeah, so this is our. Let me shut down this machine. It is hanging actually. Stop. Okay, so we're getting a mail, and under the mail, this your manager is asking you to allow 192.168.1.1 to go to the internet. Okay, internet means 1.1.1 by using which IP? 101.1.1.100. Okay, dot 100. It can it can go to the internet. So this is your email. You receive the email from your management. So how you're going to use this? Admin login. Okay, after this, don't save. Later, So remember, we are doing a static routing, okay? Not static routing, static net. So go to that our policy. Under this policy, create a firewall policy, create new policy, static net for in to out, okay? In to out, inside user to outside user. Incoming interface will be our port 2, outgoing interface will be port number 4 because it is the port number 4 is connected with the interface in internet. Source IP, we need to create an IP, right? Go to the address, create a new, and you need to choose 192.168.1.1/32. Okay, this is just a name. Okay, here we need to give the IP. This is the IP. It should go to internet. Okay, as a source 192.168, this one IP, and the destination will be all, anywhere it can go in the internet. You cannot restrict, always services will be all. Netting is required, flow based. By using a which IP? By using which IP it is going? Use outgoing interface address. So outgoing interface address means 101.1.100. This is our outgoing interface IP. That is also fine. If you are choosing 1.1, okay, this is already assigned 101.1.100, right? If you don't want to choose an interface, if you wanted to go with the IP address only, so go to the use dynamic IP pool, create here, create new, and give the IP like static net into out, in out. Okay, this is just a name. So 1 to 1, okay, this is 1 to 1 static net, which IP 101.1.100, right? Okay,
I have a
this IP.
question.
Yeah, ask me the question.
Okay. In the real scenarios, usually we have dynamic IPs, right? Not static IPs.
No, not a dynamic.
I mean the public IP.
No, we are using single interface only. I'm telling you the real time scenario only. Okay, if just a minute. Okay, if I am using this static net, okay, by use dynamic IP pool means I'm using 101.1.100 to 101.100 only. If you are using a dynamic means if you are selecting this use outgoing interface port, same IP has been assigned into that interface port number 4, right? So
Yeah,
this
you
is
mean
the,
the ISP IP, right?
yes, IP is assigned to the same interface, right?
Yes.
This 101. So instead of selecting the interface, I'm defining the particular public IP to go to now map the private IP.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so this is our static. So now, okay, and now hit from R1 to the internet. Okay, R1 is able to hit. So repeat count 100, 100. Look, R1 is able to read the internet. Okay, but if you ask the outside, like this user R3 cannot reach to your 192.168.1.1. Look, this is our internet, and internet cannot reach to ping 192.168.1.1, right? It will not reach because this is a bidirectional, not a unidirectional. Okay, this is just a bidirectional, not a unidirectional. One way communication. Another way, it will not work. It cannot come the outside user to, until unless we have a policy. Okay, so now R1 is able to reach, but R3 cannot able to reach the R1, right? So if you check where in the internet, debug IP ICMP and hit from the R1 again to the same one 1.1. Check what which IP it is taking. Destination is a 101.1.100 only, right? Source is the 1.1. Reply time, okay, but 101, you are not able to see 192.168.1.1 in the internet, right? It will not. So what is my point? Means
Yes.
private
Yes.
IP will be never advertised to the internet. It will use this internet as a source. Okay, this IP only. Okay, na? So this is a static route. So first net, static net for inside to outside. If you want to establish the communication between this R3 to R1, outside user to the inside, again you need to create one more policy. Okay, how? not like this policy. You need to go a virtual IP. Okay, you need to create a virtual IP, create a new virtual IP, and here we'll define a out to in. Okay, here static net 192.168 dot not 192.168 101.1.1.100. If anyone hitting 101.1.100 from the outside, it will go to the 192.168.1.1. Okay, now okay. What is the meaning of this? If someone from outside hitting 101.1.1.100, the request will go to the 192.168.1.1. Okay, so like this. So now if you hit from R3, if you are hitting from R3, okay, yeah, 192. Okay, we are hitting to wrong IP. We need to hit which one? We need to hit 101, 10, sorry, 100, right? 100 dot 101.1.1.100. Okay, if you're hitting, it will reach, right? Repeat count 100. Look, this R3 is able to reach to R1. If you check in the debug ICMP, IP ICMP, okay, it will show. It will show the things, okay. From ISP to R1 it is going, right? It should generate a log. Again hitting 192. Okay, we are hitting what? 101, right? So it will not generate the packet to that R1. Again hit. So now in this case, this our ISP is also able to reach our inside network because we allowed him, if someone is hitting from outside to 101.1.100, the request will be go to the 192.168.1.1. For that we created a virtual IP, right? The same thing it is working. So our first and the second agenda is completed. Okay, now we'll do the pet. We need to allow multiple private user by using single public IP. Let's suppose if you hit from 172, 172 cannot reach to the internet. Okay, okay. From 172 is in R1 ping to whom 1.1.1.1. From where? From where? From source loopback 1. Loopback 1 means 172.10.1.1. It will not reach to the internet, right? In this scenario. But if you wanted to allow, you need to create a paid policy once again. So for that, you need to create the policy, create new port address translation. Okay, paid. So paid from R2, it will come to the R2. It will go to the R4 and R4 to source. Source means all. Source means all. Destination means all. Okay, destination means all. And after this, destinations mean all and always, and the services will be all. After this, netting must be enabled. If you are hitting, this is also fine. But if you are having an IP pool, then at that time you can use this pool also. How many IP pool we are having? This is our IP pool range 1 to 120. So if I hitting here, we are not creating a static net now. Okay, create. We will use as a overload, not 1 to 1. This time we'll use a overload. Now we can use a pait. What is the IP? 101.1.1.100 control A, control C, and control V 120. Okay. Then duplicate value exists 101.1.1.100 to 101.1.1.120. Why it is duplicate? Because already we use this IP, right? So instead of keeping this, I'm using this one 101 to 120. Okay, because already one is using. So I'm using this public network. Okay, by using what is the meaning of this? What is trying to say this? Web we need a we need allow multiple private users by using a single public IP. So instead of keeping this pool, okay, I can use single IP address. Let's suppose from this pool only, I'm just deleting. Just consider that I'm deleting this. Okay, the paid. I'm deleting this pool. Okay, I'm deleting the pool, and here I'm just using 101 only. Okay, which is available into my network 101 to here only. Okay, so 101 only I'm using, By using this single IP port address translation, it will go to the internet. Okay. Now policy is created, right? Policy has been created, and again if you hit, now this time loopback one can reach to the internet. Okay. Loopback one, a repeat count I am keeping 1000. So look now, which it is coming from where, debug IP ICMP, to check that it is coming from 101 only, right? Able to see anywhere 172.10.1.1? Not, right? Because now this will be responsible to send your packet to the public network. Okay, got it, Hojipa?
Yes, sir, got it.
Okay, fine. So now this is about static net and the dynamic net, static net and the paired. Okay. Now we'll use the destination net to allow outside users to access HTTP, HTTPS, Telnet, SSH to inside servers. So we have two servers, which is in one server we will allow Telnet and SSH. Another server we allowed HTTP and HTTPS. If someone will hit 101.1.100 or 101.1.102, because we have a pool of IP, right? Any pool we can use. If someone is hitting this IP with the port number 22, so it will send to the telnet. With the port number 23, it will send to the SSS. I'm always confusing which is the 22 and which is with the 23. Okay, so 23, I think telnet is the 23, SSS is the 22. Okay, so now I need to create a policy again. So before creating a policy, I need to create a virtual IPs. Under this virtual IP, create new virtual IP. I already use 101, right? So this time, if someone is hitting static destination net, okay, destination net, destination. This is our DST net, okay, DST net for out to in, okay, outside user to the inside. To allow them to reach a inside. Okay, which IP? If someone is hitting that 101.1.1.103 this time, if I'm telling, and it will go to the 192.168.1.100. 10.100 means which one? This one, 10.100. If someone is hitting to 103 from outside, it will go to the 10.100 when the using by port number 22. So 22 is for that our telnet or SSH? SSH. So I'm just keeping a name here, SSH. Okay. So okay, the same thing we need to clone if it is allowed. Okay. Here again we are having, we'll clone this, and we have one more IP. Okay. If someone is hitting to 103 with this port number 23, okay, so it will be used for what? Telnet. Okay. Clear? So I'm hitting from this is I'm outside only. I'm outside and I can hit it from that. For that I require to turn on this machine. Now this is done, right? We are just going to shutting down this. Okay. Stopping this, stopping this. Okay. Just a minute. Wait a minute. Mhm. If okay, for the telnet, at least I'm showing you here from the R3. Okay. Just a minute. Delete this, not required. Delete this, not required. Okay. Now yeah, I'm doing the telnet from where? From outside. Outside means internet. Okay. So I'm doing a telnet. Okay. Telnet 10, which IP I'm using? 101.1.103, right? 103 only. Check it once. telnet 101.103 only, right? But this telnet service is not allowed, not enable as of now here. Okay. For that, what we'll need to do? I need to do the telnet and SSH configuration. So for that, I'm already having the configuration file. I will just do the copy paste. You guys can also do that to save the time. Command. Okay, where is the command? Text. HTTP and HTTPS. Okay. HTTP, telnet, HTTP, and HTTPS. I already having some configuration. So by using this, we can enable the telnet service so that anyone from anywhere can do a telnet. Okay. Configuration terminal. So here I'm just doing a paste. Okay. What is this wrong? I given that ID Siva and the password is also Siva only. Okay. So not here. I need to configure this into R2, not to ISP. So here enable configuration terminal. Paste it here. Yeah, telnet service is enabled. Now if you hit from ISP, okay, now it will take telnet to whom 101.1.1.103. If you are hitting this, it will route to a telnet server. This one, okay. 101.1.1.103. Wait a minute. Control Shift 6. Let me enable the telnet server ISP as well. So Hojipa, is everything clear as of now?
Yes, sir. It's fine.
Okay. So configuration terminal, same configuration I'm doing here as well. Then now do the telnet. Telnet to whom 101.1.1.103. I sure na telnet that port number which I'm using. Telnet port number. Telnet port number is a 23. Okay, let me check which port I'm using. Here I'm using a 22. Here I use is a port number 22. That is the reason. Okay, 23. What is this? Conflict this IP, the external. Okay, I'm using 104 instead of that. So if I'm hitting 104 now, it will send to 10.100. 104. One zero one dot one dot 104. Okay, there is no policy, right? No policy. We forgot to create a policy. Create a new policy. And if someone is coming from this time destination net, we are doing okay. This time we are doing destination net. Okay. Incoming interface from port number 4. It will go to the port number our. Before that, we need to allow for the system feature visibility. And under this feature visibility, we require to enable multi-port policy, multi-port interface policy. Apply now. Now, if you can go to the firewall policy, go to the firewall policy, create a new policy. And under this, you need to choose a static net, the destination net, incoming interface port number 4, outgoing interface port number 3, because this is connected with the port number 3. Okay. And source will be our which one? Which address I created? Telnet only I created. Address. Source can be all, right? Source can be all. Destination only we need to choose. destination. Under this, we have a destination net outside and uh, in SSH, which is in 103. Telnet and SSH both are there. Okay, so we'll use as a this one destination net. If someone is hitting 104 with the port number 23, it will send to the 10.100. Now clear here. Instead of, we just need to change the name. Instead of SSH, I need to go and I need to that telnet. I need to change the name as a telnet. Destinet, telnet. Okay, telnet service. Got it? Now destination telnet, destination net dot SSH 103 and 104. I'm using 104. Services will be all except net is not required when someone is coming from outside. Okay, now okay. Anything we are missing here? Okay, destination we don't know, right? So telnet we need to choose. SSH.
There in the
This
destination, we can choose them both, right? SSH and
no,
telnet.
yeah, at a time we can choose. At a time we can choose.
Okay.
Okay, telnet and that 104 and 103. If someone is hitting 103 with the port number 23, it will get send. And here we need to change the port number. Here also in SSH and telnet we have both the port number is a 23 only. So I'm using here as a port number 22. Okay, as a SSH. Here I'm using a port number 22. Okay, fine now. Okay,
Yes, sir.
so as an internet, I'm an outside user. Now I have a policy. It will send it. What is my ID password? Siva, and the password is Siva. So now I am in R3, but I can able to access the R1, right? Correct. If I do, exit ind telnet. Wait a minute. Meanwhile, I am just starting this. Okay, and also we need to create some more policy, some more virtual IP for the HTTP and HTTPS. If someone is hitting to whom, again I'm doing the clone. Okay, cloning this for the HTTP. Okay, HTTP. If someone is hitting to 105, okay, with the it will send to the 20.100. Okay, with the port number. When the port number, it will come with the 80. Okay, because our port number for HTTP service port number is 80. We created. Again, we need to create one more for this clone and clone it for HTTPS 105. Okay, this time if someone is hitting 105, let's go with this one only. Try 443 because HTTPS service, right? So when someone is hitting to 105 with the port number 443, it will send to the HTTPS request. Okay, IP we are choosing both 105 only. Here also we can choose as 103. There is no problem. Okay, only we cannot choose for that static net because this is a different thing. Okay, so now check the power on is or not from the here. Yeah, if you hit SSH from here also, what is the command to check take the SSH? SSH hyphen L kuch something like that, right? So SSH now. I need to go exit. Okay, still I'm in R1, right? So how to go? Ind. Wait a minute, let it be done. If you're hitting SSH from ISP, it will send to that. To whom? This one. If you're hitting HTTP port number, this 105 with the port number 80, it will send to here. If you're hitting 105 with the port number 443, it will come to the, it will request will come like this. Okay. Just a minute. Fine. Will take time. Stop this one also because the work is done for this side. R1, no need. And that lane inside, no need. Okay, this one, admin, admin. So now this is done, almost done. Just a minute. We need to assign an IP. What is the IP? 102.2. Before that, send that resolution. Okay. So now change this one and do 1400, 900. Apply. Keep changes. Okay. Fine. ncpa.cpl. Property. Due to this hardware configuration, it is taking time. Properties, this version 4 and 192.168. What is that? 102.1.1.2. Okay, this one will be 255.255.255. 192 dot not 192 102.1.1.1, the gateway. Okay, if you're fine, provide the 8.8.8.8. Okay, done. Fine. Let them get the IP. It is identifying now. Now it is choose anything. Okay, so close this and now open the browser. Close this one also. Wait a minute. What is our IP for HTTP? 105, right? Don't save. Later. Okay. Virtual IP 105. Policy is created or not? Need to check the policy also, right? So destination net for telnet, and we need to do that again destination net for our HTTP services. Okay. So here in HTTP, DST, HTTP, and HTTPS. Okay, incoming interface, it will be a port number 4. It will go to port number 2, and not 2. It will go to the port number 3, and it will the source will be all anyone can reach destination to HTTP and HTTPS. So here we are having HTTP, and where is our HTTPS? We created HTTP and HTTPS as well, right? 105, 80, and 23 clone for HTTP. This is our HTTPS, okay? 443. So I choose both of them, okay? And now services will be all, or you can do the HTTP, HTTPS only. Netting is not required. So disable and create a policy. Okay. So now go to this PC. Now hit this IP. What is the IP? 192.168.10. Okay, just a minute. Before that, I am just going to create one user also, that this particular user only can use that. That will also we can do. Okay, but before that, let me show you 101 dot 101.1.1.105. Okay, 101.1.105. Hitting this. If you're hitting means HTTP, it will take by default. Okay. Before that, check the gateway reachability is there or not. So ping 102.1.1.1. Gateway is reachable. So no need to worry about this. Ping 101.1.1.100. Okay, reachable. If you hit 105, it is not available because this is just our pool of IP, right? So it is not showing like 101.1.1.105. Instead of keeping a 105, what we can do better, we can do 101.1.1 only. Okay, but it should work like this only. HTTP 101.1.105 HTTP column double slash. Hit now. What is the IP? 105, 101.1.105, right? No problem. If it is not working, then we will choose a 101 only. Okay, we'll choose the IP like 101 only, right? What is the interface IP? This 101.100. So I'm just giving as a 100. So this 100 IP is already in using, no problem. Better than we need to delete the last whatever that we are having. Okay, port number 4, 3, all this one, fine. And instead of keeping this, we can do a virtual IP. Under this virtual IP, we can do the some changement here. Okay, under this 101.100 is already in use, right? So I'm just deleting this, and we'll use. I'm just deleting this out to in, and instead of keeping a 105, I will use as a 100 only. Okay, 100. Okay, for 80. Here also I will use 100 for 105. Okay, let me create the policy. Now hit 101.1.100. 100. Okay. What is the policy? Here destination HTTPS clone with the 101.100 and 101.100 only, right? Okay. Keep it in top. Now 101. Fine. Now try to hit. First, let me try to whether be able to reach or not. Ping 101.1.100. So reachability is there, right? So now if I hit this 101.100, I can do, right? In 101, I'm doing 101.1.1.100 with the port number HTTPS colon double slash. Okay. So I can also reach there. Okay. If it is not allowing, then go open that control panel and go to the control panel and do firewall. Just stop the firewall, turn on off and off. Okay. Hmm. Now close this. Now hit again. Reachability is there. Now go to this firewall and Mozilla and hit now. HTTPS service is available in there or not? I copied or not into this R4. Here also required, right? It should be there. To R4. R4 enable configuration terminal and hit the POW command. Yeah. Now it is done. Done. Now hit. This policy enable or disable. Accept mode only, right? This one will come. Okay, let me try to enable the net, but wait will not required in the real time. With the port number 443. Mhm. How it is happening? This PC is sending to the internet. Internet is known about this 101.100. it should send to that port number. It will send to that this one 10.100, right? 20.100. So which IP I have chosen there? 20.100 only. IP we have chosen correct, but due to some reason it is not working. 443 is there and the 80 is there. Okay, all is there, but it is not working. Means something is happening wrong.
Sir, there is no configuration in the internet. The
If
internet
not
router.
like that, then better to do internet router. Then we can do something. We need to create something here. Okay, let's suppose I'm doing this. Okay, this configuration I'm doing. I'm just adding some. In internet there is something like DNS and everything must be here, right? So let me do in a ISP enable configuration terminal. It is sending to the okay. Now try to hit. Okay, we can do one more thing. We need to create a DNS. So better than we can create host, IP host, um, google.com. Okay, google.com and our 8.8.8.8. Okay, here also IP address 8.8.8.8 with the 255.255.255.0. Okay, now try where a double D.
Spelling mistake, sir, in the Google.
Okay, host. Then now if you do the NS lookup from here, let me try. Mhm. Instead of keeping, I'll just do IP address 101.1.1.100. Okay, 255.255.255.0. Okay, fine. IP host is traceroute.com. Okay, with which IP 101.1.1.100. I'm keeping like this. Okay, because it should be available into the internet.
So change the spelling of Google.
Not required. That is not a
Okay.
matter. Okay, ISP done again. Now hit. So there is DNS issue resolve. DNS is not able to resolve this issue. Okay, if you check the NS lookup, what is that? 8.8 google.com, google.com, right? So here we require to do a google.com. Mm-hmm. Google.com, GWG. Again, let me do. It is able to resolve now. Paste it here. No problem. Now hit again. Hit again. Okay. Internet is there. Still internet is not there. No internet access, right? Anyway, so this is the way how we actually configuring something is issue with that configuration or
Sir,
this
वो
must have
multiple port option वहाँ पर आते हैं
multiple port
option.
option.
हाँ वो multiple वो होता है interface.
मतलब कौन सा
Firewall.
फायरवॉल पे कौन सा फायरवॉल पे वो तो हो गया ना पॉलिसी हमने क्रिएट कर लिया ना
Okay.
पॉलिसी हमने क्रिएट कर लिया है। यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है ना, यहाँ पे प्रॉब्लम क्या आ रहा है, ये जो है डीएनएस इशू तो रिजोल्व हो रहा है, ये उसका कोई इशू नहीं है। अगर आप यहाँ से R1 से अगर आप अरे हमने कहाँ पर डाला है इसको, सीवा सीवा R1 पे डाला क्या, एग्जिट एग्जिट यार, R1 पे हम लोग अभी भी यही है ना। सेट, हमें तो इंटरनेट पे डालना चाहिए, हमने गलत जगह पे डाला है ना, मैंने दूसरी दूसरी जगह पे डाल रखा है। ये हमारा अभी भी R1 पे डला हुआ है, ठीक है। इसको मैं क्या करता हूँ, एक बार ऑफ करता हूँ आईएसपी को, ठीक है। और आईएसपी को ऑफ करने के बाद हम इसको क्या करते हैं, एक्सपोर्ट सीएफजी, इसको मैं कर लेता हूँ स्टॉप, लेट इट बी गो, unnecessary taking a time। Here सिंगल is fine। होता है प्रॉब्लम। Wazifa, you know Hindi, right?
Not that much.
You completed your degree in India only, right? Hyderabad only.
Yeah, but how many language you have? Hindi, Telugu.
But you know Telugu?
Koncham, koncham. I used to know, but now I forgot it.
You forget it.
Yeah, it's been how many years now? Almost 8 years.
So you know Kuncham, right?
Yeah, still
You still know the
Babun
Pappu and
Nawa,
all.
Ustun Nawa, Chop,
Dinawa. Eh?
Tinawa, ah, Tinawa Kado,
Dinawa Kadu.
చెప్ చెప్పు
Ninu Tinawa Kado.
కూర్చో.
It's a good language actually, Telugu.
Right?
Easy to understand.
Yeah, you are Telugu, right?
No, I'm not Telugu, but I know some languages, some limited.
Mm.
Do I look like a Telugu?
Yeah,
You consider me like a,
yeah, I
from
thought you are
South only,
Telugu.
right?
Yeah,
Huh?
I thought you are Telugu.
Okay. Okay, no problem. Here it is something issue into this ISP. Okay, so this is the way how you're going to configure a static net, destination net. If it is not happening into this one, then go to the batch one, watch the net video. You'll find this destination net also is successfully done on that. Okay.
Okay. Sir, we need the documents every time I send tomorrow.
Which document you are looking for?
We don't have any documents. We have only the EIGRB and the OSBF.
The configuration which I'm doing.
Yes, you are
So
copy paste, you are copying everything. So if you have the
right,
same,
right.
so you can practice.
Okay, okay, no problem. The 16 GB memory is also not getting enough to perform the lab.